What's going on, true believers? After one day, the BITO Bitcoin Futures ETF is now worth $570 million. Bitcoin is sitting right near a record high with its highest closing ever. Ethereum continues to struggle to hit that 4K mark, even though it's starting to move up this morning. And Cardano is probably near a death cross. This is not financial advice, but I am always right.
I'm married to the music like more to be on bricks. Even my lady call herself a side chick. I'm popping up like over red and vodka on the flame conscious.
All right, guys, time to make the donuts. Market cap is $2.64 trillion. 24-hour trading volume is $114 billion, which looks a little bit low until you consider that the new money is not coming in right now. What you are seeing are the altcoins bleeding a little bit of money into Bitcoin right now as everybody gets involved in pushing Bitcoin to that new all-time high. Yesterday it closed at its highest number ever. The markets are about to open, and we're at 63,922. If America helps this morning, then we are going to see a 65K Bitcoin before the end of the day. I'm not sure what that's going to bring, but I believe that it's going to bring a 4K Bitcoin, a $600 Binance, Cardano. I'm not sure anymore. It continues and continues and continues to struggle. You can see there's a nice little uptick that's happened in the last little while, but let's face it, we're looking at a penny increase on a $2 project. That's 1% over the last 24 hours. So that's not that big a lift. But let's go to everybody's favorite Halloween candy, down 4%. Guys, it's still Halloween, so there's some opportunity right there with Phantom to get something done. Back here to Bitcoin. Bitcoin ETF started trading yesterday and is now at $570 million after one day. And that seems like a significant number to get you started with your Bitcoin trading on the New York Stock Exchange. And if you're wondering, it's called ProShare, and you can go look it up. And what it does is it combines the stocks of companies that are Bitcoin friendly and puts them into something. And here we are. So it's actually a pretty good thing. It's a great opportunity for bigger exposure. And in the next couple of days, I think you're going to see it start to really make moves and start to take off. It's going to be great for Tesla. It's going to be great for Michael Saylor. It's going to be great for everybody who's been adopting Bitcoin. Ethereum, on the other hand, continues to struggle. And now we're looking at the doomsday clock that Bitcoin started up. That Ethereum started up not too long ago, and now we're looking at it's going to be sometime around the summertime of next year before we really start to see any kind of relief coming from the fees, the outlandish fees that we've been paying. And you know what's going to fix these outlandish fees? People are going to move away from this network, and we're already starting to see it because Binance is now the number 3 token. The number 5 token is Cardano. Number 6 is XRP, and number 7 is Solana. Everybody is now trying new blockchains. And as these blockchains start to show some success, and Binance has been the most successful so far, but as they start to show more and more success, you are going to see less and less frequency of transaction on the Ethereum network. I said before that Ethereum is the internet of the future, and it probably still is. I don't think that that's changed, but while we're in this proof of work staking mechanism, we're not going to see that move. We're not going to see that positive sentiment continue because, let's face it, it is ridiculous that a small investor would have to pay $100 to invest $100. Everybody who cannot afford large investments is basically priced out of the Ethereum market. And in order to even make some reasonable gains on any other tokens, and Solana, by the way, is part of the Ethereum network. So if you're on Uniswap or somewhere and you're trading for Solana, you're paying $100 just for some Solana. And with a 5.3% increase over the course, you can't even cash out for a nice profit unless you've put in thousands of dollars. That's insane. That is absolutely bonkers at this point. We should be in a better place as a cryptocurrency, and Ethereum at this point is the reason that mass adoption is starting to slow. Bitcoin is actually outperforming, and Bitcoin is working on its own POS network. So things are going to get really interesting in the future. And I don't want to say that Ethereum is going to get passed by, but it's starting to look like Ethereum just does not have an answer for what everybody else is doing. And when I scrolled out just a little bit, the next one up was Polkadot, and it's up 18% on the 7-day. So there's a long way to go. And I went back this morning before doing this just to look at Cardano one more time, and I still can't manage a simple trade on the Cardano network. So whatever's going on there, and if you are a Cardano fanboy, bless your heart. Charles Hoskinson is now blaming the U.S. Treasury for any problems since his token is down, and people are asking questions like, why is this not moving? Why is this not going up? What's going on with your network? Why is it not easy to do things on this network that you've been telling us for years was coming? And his answer is, oh, blame the U.S. Treasury. That's where we are. So, guys, get your bag packed. Get your bag packed with these tokens that are going to change your life, because they are still going to change your life. We're still going to go through a bull run. We're still about to get to that blow off top, but there are cracks in some of these high ranking tokens, and other tokens are moving up, and they are going to start to expose those weaknesses. We are not far away from XRP or Solana or Polkadot or all of them passing up Cardano in very short order. And that doesn't even get us to Terra, another blockchain that is going crazy right now, and its market cap is up to 15 billion. So there's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of money, and that money is starting to move from place to place, and it looks like Cardano might be in trouble. Moving on. All right, guys, Keanu, we're not covering anymore. I'm going to point out a statement here that was made by what could probably only be described as one of the most handsome developers of any new token on the market, and he's got one of the most believable faces. Within 3 weeks, a new token will be launched by an entirely new dev team. This will be launched on the Binance Smart Chain, so you will need a BEP20 compliant wallet like MetaMask or Trust Wallet. After launch, a wallet will be opened and a one-to-one transfer of tokens will take place. More information to follow. This will be in the coming days. So things are starting to move forward. We've met with some developers. We've ironed out the smart contract. We already have the details. We're working on logo designs, everything that we need right now for a very quick start. We are looking to aid anybody who lost a little bit of money there to try to help them out and create a good buy opportunity. So keep yourself tuned in. If you're completely out, adios. I appreciate the time that you were with us. If you are in this for the long haul, though, more information will be coming very shortly, and we will get you sorted in due time. Moving on. All right, guys, Hokk, you guys are trading at 63.82. That's down 24%. And I have extended these channels out to show you exactly where you are. Yesterday, although nobody watched because I did a live thing early in the morning, just wanted to try it out. I told you, and the day before I told you that these channels represent where you are probably going to be. You had a breakout. It was not a sustained breakout because your channel is still right here. Now, what that means is there was a big drop right here that you can see, and it took you guys down to around 58, 59, and that right there was a tremendous buy opportunity. Now you are back up to 63.82, and when I started this, I started filming just a little while ago. And while I was filming, you guys were at 6,100, and I forgot to hit the record button, so there's no video of it. But in that time, you're now at 63.82. So you are moving back in the positive, and this green line right here has just passed the yellow, which is the 14-day moving average, and you're about to get back up to this 28-day moving average. This is a strong buy sentiment. So here comes the boom a little bit more, and in your channel right here, you are looking at around 8,000, 8,500 to 8,600 as a quick move that might just be happening pretty soon. Also, there was a statement to let you guys know that there are, and I'm reading this from Mike Hokk right now. It says, please understand that the BSC and the HECO Hokk allocations for ETH Hokk holders are in addition to the relaunched ETH Hokk tokens you'll be receiving and are not eating into your ETH holdings or anything like that. They're an extra incentive for holding ETH Hokk. These guys are forward thinking. They are moving this market forward so that they can be available in the future, and they have a project that is going to sustain growth. Now, the channel is still the channel. Hopefully, you guys are going to break out of that channel one more time and have another big up and drop that zero. Maybe even drop that zero for good. It's been a great run. I think it's going to continue. And I think that the only way for you guys to go at this point is up, unless something crazy happens in the market. So great job, guys. You've been doing an amazing thing. Moving on. All right, Sanshu, you guys are trading at 58.87. That's down 17% to the previous day. When I did this, you see the blue line here? I did not create a channel because once I started to mess around with what I was looking at here, I didn't understand what was going on. Your chart was a bit of a head and shoulders. So that predicted that this was going to happen or something similar to it. But when it spiked, it went way up. But everything has to settle, and I believe this is the low part of your channel line because I would think that if I'm working this right, that we're looking at this right here as more of your line. Now, this puts you right in where you should be, and when I start to move it out just a little bit more, and I felt this was correct when I was doing it, so I believe that what we're seeing right now is a continued move upwards. This right here is showing me that the downside has probably stabilized just a little bit unless there's a big sell-off. And there's always some news that might cause a little bit of a sell-off. But you have another big move to the upside right here, which could take you up over 7,000 in very short order. So guys, this is a good thing. The market is not ready to break out yet, but there is enough money that's coming in right now that there are a lot of big moves that are being made, and it's making everybody a little bit happier and a little bit happier to get back to some of those numbers that we were at before. So if you don't have a bag packed in Sanshu, you probably should, because there's a lot of life still left in this one. And when this market starts to explode, you are seeing an enormous up followed by another enormous up. These are leg ups that are just going to continue at this point in the market. So if your bag is packed, you're feeling good. Also, it has to be said that if you're sitting at a diluted market cap of $58 million, then you've got 20x or so just to get to $1 billion diluted market cap. And 20x from wherever your bag is packed right now is probably some decent money. So you should probably pay attention here. You should probably make sure that you got a little bit invested in here at least. You should have a really big bag, and you should hold on to it tight. Moving on. All right, Floki Vikings, you're trading at 73.71. That's up 4% to the previous day. I didn't get a chance to do this, so I want to go back and I want to take a quick look here at this. And I think this was by a Chinese investor by the name of Some Dil Do. He dumped all of his Floki at a time when you guys were sitting at around 6,200. And when I say all, I'm talking about this guy was dumping 145 Ethereum, something like that. This guy was trying to create a cascade of buy opportunity, and it took a matter of less than an hour. The entire amount that he had dumped was bought back and then some. This was absolutely insane. Well, what did that cause? Nothing. It just caused a little sideways movement until we got over here, and then somebody tried to do the same thing again, thinking that they would bring about a massive sell-off and create a buy opportunity. But I think that where we are right now is that people do not understand what the Floki Vikings are all about. There are enough people who understand how big Floki is that hodling is now a culture like very few other tokens. So when you get in here and you get these big buys in, and you can get your big buys in, and then you can make your giant cascade sales because you're trying to make something happen. But guess what? Right after all of that, here we are trading at 73.71 because this product continues to add new investors. It continues to add new hodlers. And it only knows one direction, and that direction is constantly up. If you're playing some dips, play your dips, do your thing, partner. But guess what? There is no quit in Floki, and Floki's everywhere. If you haven't seen a billboard yet, you don't get out much. If you haven't seen a bus wrapped, you don't live in a big city, or Spain, or the Netherlands, or England. So, guys, if you are not invested in Floki right now, cuckoo is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. There are only, just by the way, 71 billion pooled Floki remaining. Now, the other day, this was over 100. The supply continues to diminish. Everybody is starting to hold. And the other, what do you call it? The other exchanges are opening up. There's new stuff that's going on, and it continues and continues and continues. And that's before I even get to the Valhalla video game. And if you are interested in Valhalla, go to their Twitter and go check out. There's a sneak peek at some animation in progress of the Floki NFT Valhalla game. There's a large attention to detail, and one of your favorite peeps is going to be in there. And yesterday I mentioned it. I feel like I should because I went live and but they are on probably the most aggressive marketing campaign right now that anybody in crypto has ever seen. At best, you've probably seen a Bitcoin advertisement that's not really Bitcoin. It's something like Robinhood. Why is Robinhood stealing from the poor still? Like, hasn't anybody just taken care of that? Or maybe you've seen somebody talk about Ethereum because they're part of Webull. What you see is not crypto advertising, but you're going to now. You're going to see crypto advertising. Miss Doge, get Floki. That's all I got to say about that. Moving on. Saitama Wolfpack, I got nothing left to say. Yesterday, I came on here acting like a fool to tell you that somebody told me last Friday that Saitama was going to go to 3,000, and I said, no, Saitama's going to settle about 2,000 before it makes another leg up. And when I said that, what I meant was you were going to settle for 2,000 for like a couple more days than this. But guess what, guys? If you're in Saitama, Saitama is now over 3,000. That's another 44% increase over the last 24 hours. The diluted market cap is now over 3 billion. And where are we? We are still 3 weeks out from the launch of SaitaMask. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. I can't even tell you where the price is going at this point. Here's what I can tell you. That just like the Flokiverse, just like the people at Floki, there's just absolutely no downside to Saitama. If you get a dip, then you're getting some big-time holder who just thought that he could manipulate the price so that he could get a buyback in very low. Look at these candles. When you see these dips, what you don't see is you don't see these just giant cascade of sell-offs because people are holding. Here is your biggest cascade of sell-off, okay? This was the one where you had your like holy shit sort of moment. And when you did, guess what? Within an hour, the entire thing was bought up and the price went up. That's how much passion the Saitama group has for what they do. So guys, if you're not in their chat, You should get into Telegram. You should get into their chat. The Hawaiian Hokk just made a post, and he's talking about there's less than a month to go. I believe that there are a few videos that they've posted in the last few days on YouTube. I don't have the link, but you can go to Telegram and you can get the link. This price action is starting to get incredible. Look at how big this is. All of this green right here is just absolutely insane. So guys, if you're not in, I told you. I absolutely told you. And every time I look at my wallet right now, I'm like, oh my God. And that's all I can say at this point. So thank you, Saitama, for what you're doing. Keep doing it. And wow. Moving on. All right, guys. Kishu. I just realized that this entire time you've been staring at my ugly face and you've not been looking at the chart. So I'm just going to go through it without the charts. Here we are. Kishu's trading at 38.89. That's up 4.69% to the previous day. A lot of trading volume. And there was at one point about 24 hours ago a massive cascade of sell-off. I'm sorry, make that 4 p.m. yesterday. There was a giant cascade of sell-off. Somebody, and I didn't look at the price action. I don't know what happened, but somebody was doing a massive sell-off and dropped the price down to 26.60. Now, here's what happened. I was in a meeting, and I came back, and by the time I got back to my meeting, I saw that the price had dropped to 2,600 because there was just a cascade. I looked at it, and I said, you know what? This is a great opportunity for me to buy just a little bit more. And I kid you not, by the time I hit by the time I opened my wallet and by the time I was getting ready to make another buy, you were already back to 3,300. It got snapped up in what I believe to be one of the most record times that I've ever seen. And since then, there was a little cascade again of people selling down to 3,200 because, you know what, there's some unfaithful people. There are some people who are in this product that are just out for that short term. They're not long on their holding. And you know what, you got to deal with them. You got to deal with these paper-handed hoes. That's just who they are. That's what they are. They're the guys that you see in your chat all the time that keep telling you all about how they made 10 grand. And they still have 10 grand. And they can't seem to make any more. And then they say things like LOL almost when it comes to Dogecoin and LOL almost when it comes to Shiba because they didn't just hold. So those guys, they're going to keep shaking themselves out because they are not going to be with you at the end. They are going to be the guys that you meet in the next chat when you say, well, I'm dropping 100 grand on this one. And he says, LOL, 5K for me. Hey, are you from Kishu? I held a little bit of that, but I sold too early. Oops. That's who they are. It's what they do. Hold your bag. Don't sell it. And guess what? Kishu will go to another planet very, very shortly. Moving on. All right, StarLink, you guys are trading at 12.09. That's up 7% to the previous day. Listen, I screwed up the feed, so this is what we're doing for the day. But I wanted to say that if you go into Telegram right now, have you ever thought about what it would be like to be on an NFT, to have your own NFT in your name? Well, you know what? The possibility absolutely exists. Do you want a Believes NFT from Starl? Maybe you can get it because all investors have an opportunity to get into a raffle. Your chance, and this is in Telegram, so you're going to need to go there. This is your chance to be included into the Starl Legends First Edition. Here's your chance to become a StarLink ETH Legend. Own one entry ticket, enabling the lucky owner to be included in the upcoming Starl Legends NFT collection on OpenSea. Guys, if you ever want to be a legend, like, I don't know, someone that you're watching right now, then you should probably get in this. This is a great opportunity for you to carve your legend out for all time, because this game is going to be around for a long period of time. Now, also, just a little update here, and this comes from Johnny Utah, so you know that it's awesome. Scott and the Game Metaverse dev team are aiming to have limited beta connection by end of month to test out connection to certain areas of the metaverse. This is to show connectivity and functionality for limited users. It's the first step to creating a gathering place for users. This will make more sense when this happens. It's the first step to something much bigger and needs to be limited, but will expand as development continues. However, this beta test will be on the current art style of Warp Nexus, which still looks pretty damn good. The concept artists are putting together a new original art style that will make everyone know this is Starl when they see it. They want a unique look that carries itself, but the concept art process still takes a few weeks from now and has been going on for a bit, so we need to connect to the current art style for beta and not the future style that is in the works. One aspect of the new art style is that they want a way to show off your ship's components and features rather than just the overall ship itself. Ships will be modular and customizable, just like how characters are customizable in other games. Your ship becomes part of your identity and you can modify it however you please, whether it's functionality or cosmetically. To do this, a new art style needs to cover all of the ways it can happen and cover all the parts. That's just one aspect of the art style change. The concept artwork is in motion right now, and they'll have something to really show in a few weeks that will cover not just ships, but the whole look of living and traveling in the metaverse. From there, 3D modeling will be created in the concept art and then implemented into Warp Nexus to create a merge of Warp and Starl and make something really unique. So while Scott's concept artists are working on that, artists have worked with Pixar, Lucasfilms, and Disney. Scott and the devs are working on connectivity to the current style and are aiming to have limited testing by end of month for certain users. And then we can increase testing, functionality, and connections from there. Update art style, 3D modeling, expanding the space, and continue. It's a gradual thing, and we're letting the experts do their thing on the gaming metaverse side while staying in constant contact and working together on marketplace here, all to be connected eventually and be one whole ecosystem. So there you have it. For a limited number of us, we're going to get an opportunity to get into the metaverse and see Starl up close and personal, but it's going to be the original skin. It will not be the new ones, which are being developed and might be ready by the end of the month. Moving on. All right, bosses. Screwed up the video today, but here we are. You're trading at 1906. That's up 11.86% over the previous day. Daily volume is a little bit on the downside, but guess what? It's all the trading is on the upside. So people are adding to their bags. They are not pulling out of their bags, and that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see long-term holders to give you opportunities for success. You did see somebody pull out. Look at this paper-handed hoe. Sold off this morning for about 1 ETH because that's what the unfaithful people do. And if you're that unfaithful person and you're watching me today, I don't care. Be faithful to products. That's all I got to say. What's going on in Boss Land? Well, Boss token will be listed, and I got to read this as a statement. Boss token will be listed on Coin Tiger, October 21. So, I'm going to pop this up right now. Boss token will be listed and traded on Coin Tiger Exchange. The Boss USDT pair will be open for trading on October 21. If you are interested in that, go to Coin Tiger right now and register so that you can be at the ground floor and start buying as soon as it launches. That is also a great way to support Boss token itself. So there's a great opportunity there for you to show support to the community and to have 2 bags of Boss. I guess that makes you a double boss. Maybe so. Anyway, moving on. All right, guys, I don't want to get off on a rant here. Here's what I want to say. I just clicked on it. Bitcoin is trading at 64,461, which means that it's about $400 away from its all-time high. When it hits that all-time high, and when it hits that all-time high, things should start to go parabolically crazy. There's going to be a cascade of sell-off because there's going to be people that want to have bought at the top. But you know what? I think the buy sentiment right now is such that we are about to see a liftoff, a big liftoff. Everything that I was talking about a half hour ago when I started this video has suddenly turned on a candle and gone way up. So we're now looking at a lot of price movement and a lot of price action happening very, very rapidly. By the way, Phantom's up 1.4% since we started this video. So Bitcoin is up 1.1% in the last hour. Here we are. Are we going to break the all-time high on Bitcoin today? It's certainly starting to look like it. Ethereum is at 39.43 right now as I'm closing this out. Binance is up to 490. So all of the stuff that we thought we were about to see, we are actually seeing happen right now. So guys, let's have a good day. Hold your bags because things are about to change and they're about to get crazy because all of this money, once it's in this market and once these people start to make their money, they're going to start to take risks, they're going to start to take chances, and they're going to start to look at you. And when they see you, they're going to start throwing their money at you. And all of a sudden, the world is about to change. So let's have a good day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
I've been around since the 80s and wasn't always cool, especially with the ladies. I was a damn fool. Dad was an alcoholic. Mama, she had to leave him. Grew up around the fighting, the fussing, cussing, and cheating. That's when I started breaking all of the rules, selling drugs and robbing people. I was kicked out of school. I was a bad kid, tearing shit up, sleeping on couches with 40 bottles and cigarettes.